Joining me now is Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger of Illinois. He serves on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah, you too.
Listen, I'm not going to try to treat you as a lawyer here, but you've been following the details of the investigation closely. What do you make of this development that Michael Flynn Jr. no longer sharing, or his lawyers rather, not sharing information with the president's legal team? Is that an important development in this investigation?
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. You know, what I've said from the very beginning is America needs answers. We just need everything out there. We need to figure it out. That process means that the special counsel has to go through their work. And this is one step, and, you know, I think a number of steps even still to happen. We want to take our time, make sure we get this right, because this is a pretty big deal. So I don't know what to make of it. It may be minor. It may be big. It's hard for me to tell kind of this day-by-day play. I'm concerned about the leaks coming out of the special counsel. That doesn't mean this information isn't relevant. But at the same time, I think Americans need to sit back and say, and trust that the special counsel is getting the information he needs, and that we're going to find out. It may just not be as quick as everybody wants. We all want to know the answers to everything tomorrow. This is a long process.
We've seen the political divisions boil up inside the committees that are investigating this, separate from the special counsel. The House Intel Committee, the Senate Intel Committee, perhaps a bit less so, but still divisions there. Are you concerned about that, about politics getting in the way of the congressional committees completing their investigations?
Yeah, I'm concerned about politics getting in the way of Thanksgiving dinner and everything in this country. And, you know, literally the Intel committees, I don't serve on it. I have great respect for the people that do. Up until recently, a very bipartisan committee. This has become very partisan, and there's probably plenty to go on both sides. I don't want to cast blame specifically anywhere. But that's the same with the whole country. I think politics to some people has become their religion. And so, like, everything is put through that filter. So every piece of information we get is determined based on whether we consider ourselves a Republican or a Democrat, and not based on what necessarily is true or untrue. And that worries me for the future of this country long term, because, look, there's got to be, you can look at things through different opinion lenses, of course. I mean, we come from different political backgrounds and different backgrounds all over. But I think at the end of the day, we have to consider ourselves Americans before we consider ourselves Republicans, Democrats, conservative, liberals, anything else.
Yep, preaching to the choir on that. Congressman Kinzinger, stick with us. Lots more to talk about, including on President Trump's reaction to that deadly mosque attack in Egypt. We'll be right back after this break. We're back with Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger. He serves on the Foreign Affairs Committee, also fought in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Congressman Kinzinger, I want to turn to the war on terror. In response to the attack today in Egypt, President Trump tweeted the following, quote, "We have to get tougher and smarter than ever before, and we will need the wall, need the ban." Egypt, of course, a key U.S. ally, but Egypt not on the current list of President Trump's travel ban for Muslim-majority countries. Do you see an attack like this in Egypt as justification for the wall or the travel ban? Are they connected?
I think the president, as I've always said, has the right to do a travel ban as the chief executive. I think this is part of his commander-in-chief thing. And I think there's a difference between Egypt and some of the other countries on the travel ban. If you remember, the president pulled Iraq off because Egypt actually has mechanisms to vet people. And Egypt's real issue. Egypt's a beautiful country. I was just there probably a year ago now. Their issues in the Sinai, and that's where a lot of this ISIS and terrorist issues are. That's where today's attack is. Egypt itself is an amazing, beautiful country, and everybody should go visit it. So in terms of whether or not, you know, the president, the wall and everything else is justified, I support the president in border security, whether it's a wall or whether it's, you know, a virtual wall, technical wall. I think it's important to protect ourselves. At the same time, we can't disengage from the world. It's important to understand that we have a unique position in this world, and the only way we're going to defeat terrorism is not through missiles and bombs alone. That's an important part of fighting the current batch of terrorists, but it's an understanding that the 7- and 8-year-olds today are going to be the ones that could be the terrorists tomorrow.
I hear you on that larger point, but you're well aware that every time there's a terror attack anywhere, even in the UK, right, a country that's certainly not on the list, and that a travel ban wouldn't protect the U.S. from, the president will glom on to whatever the attack is and say, here you go, this is why we need to ban from these 7 or 8 countries. I've now made the list, or it's the reason we need a wall on the southern border. Why is that a relevant argument to that other debate?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it is. There's not a lot of defending of the president's Twitter. I do. I think it's a good tool, but I think a lot of the times he doesn't use it in the way that I would use Twitter. I think it's important in a time when you have a terrorist attack in Egypt, or a terrorist attack in England or anywhere to actually be bigger and to say, you know, we will stand with our ally. We will defeat this cancer where it exists. We will work together. And I think maybe at a different time you push the issue of travel ban and wall, because what you're really doing is injecting domestic politics, and we know this is a very acidic time in domestic politics. You're injecting domestic politics into an issue, frankly, where Americans should be unified, which is defeating terror.
No question. Well, another point I want to get to you is, particularly as a veteran, President Trump addressed U.S. troops yesterday. I want to get your reaction to a particular comment he made about the fight in Afghanistan. Have a listen.
We opened it up. We said, go ahead. We're going to fight to win. We're not fighting anymore to just walk around.
You're a vet yourself of the war in Afghanistan. Did you, during your time there, believe you were fighting to just walk around?
I don't think we were ever fighting to walk around, but I do think under the prior administration we were hamstrung in Afghanistan. There's no doubt that that when President Obama announced, and I'm not a guy that likes to look back and blame, but I think it's important to talk about, when he announced a surge and then announced a withdrawal date, he not only emboldened the enemy because they could outlast us, he actually took these alliances we were building in Afghanistan and they were shattered. So I think it is essential for the president to send the message that we're in Afghanistan to win this, because that breaks the morale of the enemy. And look, there's never going to be a complete eradication of the Taliban. It's going to take driving to the table for a negotiated solution. Every war ends in a negotiation, and I think sending the message that we're committed to win is how we get a negotiated solution on our terms.
Congressman Kinzinger, thanks very much and happy Thanksgiving.